Oh, what's happened there? Oh, there we go. Right, it's going to be a bit of a long stream, I think. Well, it could be long, it could be short. I think everyone can hear me. Can you hear me? Great. Alright. So this could be either a very long stream or a very short stream. Unfortunately, the weather has turned against me, and not only is it cloudy, but the seeing or the atmospheric turbulence is quite bad. I was able to visualize Jupiter probably about an hour ago, but the turbulence and the atmosphere was so bad it was very hard to focus on it. And then the clouds rolled in. Now there is some spots of break in the cloud, so I'm hoping that we can get some live shots of it, but we'll see. We'll see how things go. So the event that's going to happen tonight, I thought I would just slowly just demonstrate what's going to happen. So this is how the moons sit around Jupiter right now. So you've got Europa, Ganymede, Callisto, and Io. And as we move through the night, there's going to be a rare event. So this is one exciting event that's going to happen. You've got the moon Callisto transiting the front of Jupiter, casting its shadow over the red spot. So I want to see if I can capture that. But with the clouds being as they are, I'm not really sure. But the main event, if I zoom in, is that. Let's just scroll back. See how Ganymede is casting its shadow on Europa? That I want to get, because it's extremely rare. It doesn't happen very often. And I just hope I can capture it. It's not going to happen for at least another 6 hours. So I don't know what I'm going to fill in 6 hours, but I thought but there's quite a lot going on to try and capture, so I'm going to stay on this for at least 6 hours and just capture what I can, and see where we go from there. So this is the software package I use to navigate. And currently Jupiter is sitting, where are you? There. So that's what, 25 degrees elevation, which is not very far from the horizon. So with the turbulence being as it is going to be worse at this level, this high. But we'll see how things go. As we progress higher up, there's less atmosphere to penetrate, and I'm hoping the seeing will get better. But this is a site called windy.com, and it's a very good site. Now, the wind is actually quite good at ground level, but as you get higher, you can see how fast it's going, and that's what's causing the atmospheric turbulence. And as you can see, it's quite bad. So I live here, and that is quite bad. Now, as for cloud coverage, I sit right there. So I've got all of this cloud. So annoying. It's been so clear over the last few days. But that's the joy of astrophotography, I'm afraid. So this is a live feed coming from the camera that's sitting on the telescope. At the moment I can't see anything because, well, there's cloud coverage. But it might have also drifted off. So what I'm going to do is open up another package called SharpCap, which I've got a camera attached to my viewing scope. That's got a wider field of view. And see if I can actually see it. No. There's just nothing. So in the meantime, I thought I'll do some planetary um, processing, just to pass the time, and I'll periodically see what's going on and see if we got a break in the cloud. But there we go. It's the joy of astrophotography, I'm afraid. So I'm going to switch screens to my desktop. Which would be this one. And see if I mean, these are some of the images that I've had in the past, that I had in the last few weeks. But I had really good seeing as a result of these. But I'm working on one right now. Which is another Saturn image. That looks a bit like... I think I've got it on here. That's Jupiter. What am I going into Jupiter for? So I've got a one-shot color camera, which I purchased recently. This is what the one-shot color camera has been able to capture. Yeah, no problem, mate. Oh, really? Good luck on your driver's license test. So I thought I'd go through these, and So you can see some of the images and some of the captures haven't really turned out that well. So this is post auto stack it, so I've already stacked them, and then I've pretty much gone for the 50%, so I've already sharpened them. So these are the sharpened images and they're colorized. Now the process that I have been told that's best to or one of the better methods to combine these images is to take all these images and stack them all in Registacks, which is a very old stacking software now. Unfortunately, it hasn't been updated for at least 11 years, but it is has one of the best wavelet sharpening tools that a lot of people still use. I have Discord 2 times on my desktop. Oh yeah. I don't know why I've got 2 on there. I don't. I've got this short link down here, so I don't generally need all that crap. Thanks for noticing. I don't need half of this stuff on here, to be honest. See you, buddy. So, yeah, so there's 2 methods. Well, the main method, the best method I've been told is to stack all of these images into Registacks, and then you get an image at the end, which looks like this. So if you look at these ones, you can see there's a bit of noise in them. So once I've stacked them all, it looks like this. The other way you could do it is using WinDupos, which derotates, which looks like this. I actually think I prefer this method. I think it actually come out a bit better by stacking them. So that's what I'm going to do now. So all I need to do is just push those into Photoshop. And I also actually need to derotate these ones. Or did I do that already? No. So I need to put these into WinDupos and derotate these ones. So these ones here are green captures from the mono camera for the luminance channel, just to bring about that detail. And so that's what I'm going to do next before I go into Photoshop. Just have a quick look and see whether we've got anything on screen. I might actually pop out in a moment and just see whether there's any break in the clouds. Okay. So let's go into WinDupos. WinDupos. And do image measurements. So I need to choose a celestial body first of all, which we're doing Saturn. Recording, image measurements, no, okay. And then open image. I need to find that one. And then basically I just got to get that wireframe over the image of Saturn as precisely as I possibly can. When it's Jupiter, you can hit F11 and it'll pretty much do this automatically for you. But for some reason they haven't got that automated tool for Saturn. So basically just gotta line that up as best as I can. Can take a bit of adjustments to do. I think that actually looks pretty good. Yep. And what you could do is increase the gamma just to see, just blow it up a little bit. Just to see if you've got everything in. Might need to go a little bit bigger maybe. Yep, alright, I think I'm happy with that. Now basically you save the measurement. And then move on to the next image. Now I've only got a very small selection of captures. So, because the majority of them were actually pretty poor, it would be beneficial if you could capture at least an hour. But I attempted that, but most of the images were really, really poor. Again, all to do with seeing. See, that's not great either, but I'm still going to accept it. The idea of derotation is to try and reduce the amount of noise that is produced by taking the image. So now I'm going to derotate, remove all of those, add, grab those, oops, and hit combine. And then it'll produce for me a combined image like that, and that's what it looks like. So that's what most of the image looked like, and that's what it looks like after they all combined. You can see it's much, much sharper and a lot less noisy. So now we've finished with WinDupos. Now we can go into Photoshop. So we need that one and that one. Now you can see they are slightly different sizes, but that's okay. We could increase the size of this one to match the size of that one. Because really what we're only using this for is for the color. This is going to provide the detail for us. So what I'm going to do is increase the image size. increase it maybe 150%. Yeah, that's not bad. Then I can grab this, drop it in, move the opacity down 50%, and then grab that and transform it so I can now turn it around. Just try and get as close to it as possible. Yeah, that's pretty good, I think. Just increase the Yep, alright. And then we'll just fill up all of the blacks. Oh, let's get rid of the selection. Oops, too much. Now it's actually starting to destroy the image itself. So I'm just going to get a paintbrush instead, I think. Just color all those in. And then the magic of if I colour that black in as well. Excellent. Okay, so that's the colour camera shot. That's the monochrome camera shot. And you can see the monochrome camera does provide a lot more detail. And I just switch this to luminance, and there we go. We use the monochrome camera to use it to bring about the details of the shot, and use the colour one to bring the colours through. Now I probably could do with a few adjustments, I admit. So what I'm going to do is get the levels out and then try and get rid of some of that. Just get rid of some of the and then maybe do some colour balance. And maybe some hue adjustments. A lot of this is just playing around with the different settings and just see what works best for the image that you've captured. Channel mixer. Probably doesn't need an awful lot of that. honest with you. No, let's get rid of that. Hasn't really done anything. That really hasn't done anything. I'm still kind of learning this part of the process, but I mean the image doesn't look all that bad as it is, to be honest. I could make it a bit more saturated. Yeah, there you go. More vibrant. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. I mean, you could, because the rings and the globe, you could separate them and adjust them separately and do various different things just to make them more pop out. But I don't think I'm going to get any more detail from this. I mean, I've only got a 10-inch scope, so I'm kind of limited what I can capture. But otherwise, that's not bad at all. I'll save that now. Okay. Let's go to you. Also, Photoshop have changed the way you can save images now. Because you save as you were able to save it as JPEG, but they've actually changed it now. You have to go to save as copy, and then you can save it as a JPEG. So I'll just call that final. And that's it. Let's see if we've got any. I'm just gonna have a quick look outside and see what the clouds are doing. Unfortunately, it's now complete cloud cover, which is all of this. So I'm actually hindered by all of this. Yeah. So what I might do, I might end the stream and come on back later on if the cloud's clear. We're actually missing this event right now, which I'm really frustrated with. But the joys of astrophotography. Absolute nothing. I think tonight's going to be a bust. Alright, I'm gonna quit for now and then come back later. If the clouds clear, of course.